There are two types of people in this world: movers, shakers, and stand-stillers. People that make shift happen while others ask what in the world just happened. Which one are you? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Start Thinking Forward podcast, where we make shift happens. This is a show where we make a difference in our listeners' lives every single day. Want to learn more? Visit us online at www.brandonldraper.com to have an opportunity to connect with a winning team or to attend one of our power-packed events. The Start Thinking Forward podcast was designed for business owners and entrepreneurs looking for a slight edge or unique cutting-edge ideas to take their business to the High Performance League. Your host, Brandon L. Draper, better known as the Motivational King, is a best-selling author, serial entrepreneur, international speaker, business innovator, producer, social media personality, and top leadership development trainer, featured in many news publications around the country. This podcast will deliver high-performance talks to inspire the entrepreneurial spirit within you.
Woo! What's going on? Happy New Year's, everyone. This is Brandon L. Draper, better known as the Motivational King, coming to you live from the Start Thinking Forward studios. And tonight we got a treat for you. And I hope you're excited. I'm very, 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 very excited. The title of tonight's topic is "The Dream is Free, but the Hustle is Sold Separately." It's 2018. I made a video yesterday, and what I was talking about is that, it's 2018. So it's already 5 days. Today is January 5th, 2018. I call it 5 minutes into the first quarter. And let me tell you something. A lot of people have already given up. So I'm going to be your inspiration of hope tonight. I want to inspire and uplift you. So I don't have time tonight to just be wavering around, because there's a lot of people in pain already, that their holidays didn't go the way that they wanted to. They weren't able to get the toys for their children. They didn't make amends with a relationship or a family member, or they may have lost some loved ones. It's kind of ironic when the holidays come, and maybe it's just something that we notice a little bit more, but it always seems that when the holidays come, people seem to pass away. Now, there's some statistical data that supports that says that, well, a lot of people pass during the holidays is because they get pains and they have ailments that they don't go to the doctor because they don't want to ruin the family get together. And then shortly right after, they wind up passing away. A pain in the chest, instead of going to the doctor, they don't want to miss Thanksgiving. A pain in the chest, they don't want to, go to the doctors. They want to enjoy Christmas with their family. And little do they know, by ignoring that single pain, that might be their last Christmas or Thanksgiving with their loved one. So I don't know if that's true or not, but there's a lot of statistical data that supports that. Tonight is very interesting. I know that I've had a pretty interesting January already. 2018 is here, and we got a lot of activity going on. One of the things I want to, throw a shout out to Odd Squad family. I really look up to those guys. I posted up some things on my Facebook, one talking about bullying. So, March 24th, please go ahead and get your tickets now at www.brandonldraper.com/events. Go there and get your tickets now. We do have the early bird special right now. It's $25, and we're going to feed you. You're going to get better food than you would going somewhere else. So, get in the house, go and pay $25. Those tickets will be going up, I believe, on the 22nd of this month. So go ahead and lock your tickets in now. We got some power hitting speakers. We're going to have a out of this world performance by an awesome group, Odd Squad Family. Go online, look up Odd Squad Family, listen to Done Did It, Listen to their music. They're very inspiring and they're very conscious. And that's what we need in this world, consciousness. We need to know what our next move is. So tonight is, the talk is the dream is free. A lot of us have dreams, and those dreams can get hindered, they can get set back. I think the worst feeling in the world and I've had this feeling, when you feel in your heart and your mind that you're destined for greatness, but you don't see how exactly that is going to manifest. And that's a very painful situation. Situations when you can't do the things that you normally could do, or you can't do the things you feel like you should be in position to do. You can't, enjoy some of the luxuries of life. And that can be very, very, very disappointing. And I know there's a lot of speakers or people that get on a platform and they come up with these systematic ways on how to do things. And I'm not knocking anyone's system or on the way that they do things, but I think a lot of it is fluff and a lot of it's not relatable. A lot of people are not talking about the pain. And I think when we talk about the pain of the situation, it allows people to be able to identify, right? It allows people to be able to identify and understand that what they're going through, they are not alone. That's the key to it. The key to it is not about making up 12 steps or making up a course or what have you. Now, there's information that is needed to take you to the next level of success. I would agree on that. But there's some underlining things, right? Now, the reality is, and this is something that I saw an interview with Warren Buffett literally about maybe a week ago, right? Right before Christmas break. And it kind of rocked me a little bit because, sometimes, we get pumped up, but when we get pumped up and we really don't have nothing to back us up in it, it kind of like takes us off focus of what we're doing. Now, what do I mean by that? Meaning that you get pumped up to do something, and then it seems like everything negative, condescending comes in the wake of it, which makes you think, oh my God, am I really cut out to do this? Is this really for me? And I'm here to tell you that because you have adversity, doesn't mean that it's not for you. Sometimes it means that it's really for you, but how much are you willing to fight for it? See, that's the equalizer of it all. And in this interview, Warren Buffett, he made mention, one thing he said, well, I don't know if I would be as successful if I maybe was born a woman, or maybe I wouldn't be as successful if I was black. I don't know, because I know people that are just as much capable, if not more capable than me, but do not have what I have. Right? Now, that to me was a reality check. But at the same time, I said, well, I remember back what Mom used to say. And what my mother used to say was very simple. She says that anywhere in this world, you have to make your way. How you make your way is by putting in the work that's required. Now, there are some disparities in this world. There's such things called racism. There are such things called as sexism. These things exist, but does that necessarily mean that you cannot live up to your full potential in doing what it is that you want to do? And I'm telling you here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to the sound of this, I'm telling you, anything that you put your mind to, you can get to it. Now, some people might be listening to it and say, man, come on. That sounds so cliche-ish. Whatever your mind, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. It's true. The power of the mind, man, is unspeakable. But when we allow the world to beat us up, and so many of us do, hey, I'm raising my hand here because guess what? The reality is we can talk all about the motivational stuff. We can talk all about these books. We can talk about all the seminars and all this good stuff. But when life hits you, it hits you hard. And it's hard sometimes to reference on things when you just got your butt kicked, whether that's emotionally or physically, right? when you got your mind set to do something and negative Nancy or negative Bob comes and rocks your world and tell you, who do you think you are to think of something like that? Who are you? Why can't you just be normal like the rest of us? And my answer to that is quite simple. I don't want what the rest of you guys got. So I'm going to get out here and I'm going to pour my heart out every freaking day. I'm going to hustle season in and I'm going to hustle season out. I don't care what other people think, because other people can't live for me. Other people can't live for you. And I want you to understand that times will get difficult. I always say this because this is something that I always live, that Liz, my mom always used to say. She always used to predicate this to me. You know, even though times may get hard, baby, I told you that times were going to be hard. And I'm telling you guys, if they never told you anything true, that's the one thing they told you true. They told you that it wasn't easy. They told you it was hard. And it's even harder when you decide to live outside the box. When you decide to do something different, I promise you, oh man, I promise you, it's so difficult. You might have to miss a couple of meals. See, when you asking about your purpose, people say, you know, I'm trying to find my purpose. I'm really trying to find what it is that I want to do. Can you give me the answer? I had someone come to me and said, Brandon, you know, I seen a lot of your videos. I listened to your podcast. I really appreciate the information, but I'm just as lost as I was before I started listening. I've heard all these different motivational speakers. I've heard all these other people talking and people giving advice to me, but I just can't find my purpose. What it is that I'm supposed to do, Brandon. What is it that's for me? And I looked at him a long time, and let me tell you something, and I always tell people this. I said, you know, I've been blessed with this uncanny gift that it doesn't take me a very long time to sit down and talk to someone and really know more about them than a lot of people in their whole life. I consider it a gift from God. I'm able to discern certain things from people very, very, very quickly with a very short conversation. And I looked at him and I said, when's the last time you even saw yourself out of the situation that you're in? When's the last time you even dreamed about having a better life? And the answer that they gave me, I can't remember. How many of you out there right now can't remember the last time you dreamed about a better life? That now you don't care to dream about the better life because somehow you convinced yourself that the better life is not attainable. It's impossible now. And the reason you probably believe that it's impossible is because you're hanging around people that are impossible. We're going to start there. Not dreaming is one of the worst things that you can do, because, and some people may disagree and say, dreaming and not being able to reach it is even worse. It is better to go in search of what it is that you want and never obtain it than to never even try. Anyone remember, it's better to love and lost than to have never had loved at all. Because now you've had the experience of love, the best thing is better to embrace the feeling, the desires of what it is that you want. You may not be able to attain it to the full extent that you want, but who said you can't? But you'll never know if you never even try. And there's so much negativity going on in the world right now. No one talks about the negativity. No one talks about the setbacks. So somehow people like myself and others, we mysteriously gravitate to the top. And everyone else is just everyone else. And that's totally, totally absurd. That's not true. The same pains and struggles I promise you that you're going through right now, I've gone through them too. Or I may be going through them right now. I don't know what your situations are. But I'm not afraid to put myself out there and be transparent and tell you about some of the hardest points of my life. And life has some very strategic teachers that will embed some lessons into you that you will not forget. The lesson of poverty, not having enough money to feed yourself, not having a place to stay. That's a powerful teacher. The teacher of not having support, friends nor family. To have people turn their back on you, to not understand that you are different. That is a hellified lesson. Right? That's a hellified lesson. But it's a lesson that so many of us have, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about the struggles that we have behind closed doors because somehow we feel like those things make us inadequate. Because we don't want to face the underlying thing. And the underlying thing is fear. The nightmares you have of you not having what you want. See, some of us dream, but we have different types of dreams. We don't have a dream where we meditate and we see a better life for ourselves. We see the worst in life. We're betting on that one thing to work for us. Hear me. We're betting on that one thing to work for us. We have no other options on the table. So where's my life going if this does not work? Where's my life going if this does not work? These are the questions that we have, the age-old questions. Let's talk about it tonight. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's feeding you. Let's talk about you feeding your fears. Start dreaming again. Facing those nightmares. Understanding that what you think the worst turnout will not be. There might be someone listening right now, listening to the sound of my voice, and is potentially getting ready to lose their house. There might be somebody right now that's getting ready to get a divorce. There might be somebody right now that's in a financial crisis. They're about to lose their business. They got to move back in with their parents. They're about to lose so many things. Let me tell you something. I've lost so many things I can't keep account. I don't know. But what I am telling you is all those things that you've lost, you can get back. Don't be defeated. It's only 5 minutes into the first quarter. Don't be defeated already because things are not lining up the way that you thought it was going to line up for you. You don't got to fake it till you make it. You just got to create it. Create it in the right now. Right now. How do I create it? You create it in the mind. See, once you make a decision and you start following by appropriate actions in the mind, then things will start manifesting in the physical. Now, I'm not talking about some whimsical thing. I'm not telling you something I read in a book. I'm telling you about stuff that I practice. When things get so, they surmount so much on you and the pressure's on you, and you let your pride and you let things, try to constrict you, instead of asking for the help that you need that would take some of the stress off of you. Because you think about what other people think. Well, if I do this, so-and-so is going to look at me different. So what? It's not fun to lose a house. I've lost houses. It's not fun to lose cars. I've lost cars. It's not fun to lose family. I've lost family. It's not fun to be in pain. I've been in pain. It's not fun. But one thing I do know is that pain will pass. You can get another house. You can get another car. All right? Time has a tendency of making things just a little bit more bearable. Don't put more stress on yourself. Don't look at situations for worse than they are. Look at situations for what they are. What can you learn from this terrible situation in your mind? This uncomfortable situation. What can you learn from it that's going to take you to the next level, that's going to manifest you greater? How many other people you can help as a result? Because guess what? You can't have no testimony without no what? Test. You got to be tested. And if you keep seeing the same test coming before you, there's some things that you have not mastered. And let me tell you something. There's some things that I have not mastered because I keep seeing the quiz, the test keep coming in front of me. When are you going to pass? Right? And no one's perfect. No one's perfect, but we gotta continuously work. This is 2018. This is the beginning of another chance. This is the beginning of another opportunity for you to seize the moment. And then the worst thing about it is, guess what? Let's move to the second thing about it. So we got those that dream, and then we got those that dream nightmares, right? And you know why you're having those nightmares? This is my opinion. This is what I've discovered in my journey, is that when you have the nightmares, I've had the nightmares. When you have the nightmares, ladies and gentlemen, you have the nightmares as a result of you dreaming without believing. See, you really don't believe it, but you try to falsify a dream. You try to fictitiously make something up. See, that's when it becomes anecdotal, and that's when it doesn't mean anything. It's like fluffery. It doesn't mean anything if you just conjure up a dream, but you truly don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm saying is you got to believe it even if you can't understand how it's going to manifest. That's the key, is that you got to believe it even if you don't understand. You don't understand how God's going to get you up out of that situation. I'm not trying to be religious here. I'm being real. You don't know how you're going to get up out of a situation. Right? You might be in a situation where you're trying to get out of a business. You got a bad business partner. You're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this business arrangement? I don't know how it's going to do it, but you got to believe that it's going to happen. And eventually it's going to happen, but you got to believe. You can't dream yourself up out of it and you don't believe it. It's like yin, like you're battling yourself, yin yang. You're battling yourself. You cannot continuously say, hey, I believe, when you really don't. See, you can tell everyone else you believe. You can go raise your hand, you can hoop and holler and say you believe, but when you truly don't, hey, then if stuff don't manifest, the only person you get mad is yourself, and then you want to get mad and say, people like me, I don't know what I'm talking about. No, it's not that I don't know. I'm not saying nothing new. Nothing what I say on this platform or any platform, I'm not saying anything new. None of these speakers, orders, people out here, motivational, this 12 steps, none of these people are saying anything new. Everyone says it in their own way. It's the same information. It is stated in a different way and is able to connect with people differently. There's certain people that can connect with me that won't be able to connect with some of the other people in the same industry. So it's not that I'm saying anything new. Sometimes I'm telling you the same thing you already know. But I'm reiterating to you what you already know, but life is beating you up so bad you forgot. You already know, but you just forgot. You forgot a little bit. You got sidetracked. You got beat up a little bit. You don't recognize it anymore. You don't realize the potential that you have anymore because your life beating you up a little bit. It's beating you up so bad that you just stop dreaming, and then when you dream, it's bad dreams because you really don't believe. You don't believe that you can get yourself out of the situation. See, that's what really gets you out. Is like, man, sometimes I sit and I say, man, how can I do this? And a lot of times when I put the effort into it and it doesn't work, it's because 9 times out of 10, I did not put forth the belief. Let me share a story with you guys real quick. A couple of years ago, I was putting together this big conference, and I was trying to get some people to help me do it. And I decided that, I was like, man, you know what? I want to get some big movers and shakers in Atlanta. I want to get some people that's really going to lighten things up. Mind you, now, this is just from years ago, so I'm fairly new to actually being a professional speaker. Like, I've been speaking all my life, but just to say I'm gonna dedicate my life to this, and this is all I'm gonna do. This is how I make my living: training, speaking, doing all that online stuff. That was the first. Okay, I made that decision. I'm gonna do that. So I'm like, man, let me get some heavy movers and shakers in Atlanta that's gonna back me up. That I can share the stage with them, right? Now, in the back of my mind, this is being real. This is real talk. In the back of my mind, I said, I'm going to reach out to these guys. The first person I reached out to was a gentleman by the name of, if you guys are familiar, Brian Tracy. I reached out to him and sent his people a message indicating what time this event was, I sent it to a bunch of people, but the two biggest people was Brian Tracy, and then for those that recognize, Tony Robbins is another one. So I sent this out. My level of belief was so freaking low. It was in the toilets. I didn't believe that, anything was going to happen. So, whatever. I'm taking care. I'm doing some other things. And then finally, 3 days later, I check my email. The first email I get is an email from Brian Tracy's staff. And they're saying, hey, Brandon, sorry to tell you, but Brian's not going to be able to do the event due to his schedule. Boom. Okay. Well, that's what I expected. I'm like, yeah, I know he was going to say that. Whatever. Cool. So I said, I have another message. I go in there and I look, and it's from Tony Robbins. Oh, here we go. I already know. You're going to tell me no. It's not going to happen. Guess what? The message said, Tony is available. We need more details. Send us the demographics. Send us some information. I still have the email to this day. This is the irony in the story is this. I got on the phone. I spoke with the young lady. We made the connection. I need to send her documentation. Because you always know documentation beats conversation. At that time, I had not done my radio show in at least, almost 6 months to a year. I was going through this thing called life. I was going through some personal issues. And I felt in my mind, and this is something that will never happen again, I felt that because I was going through myself, that how can I get in front of people and motivate people and inspire people when I'm going through hell myself? How can I tell people how to come up out of hell when I'm in hell my damn self? Which is the furthest thing from the truth. When you're in hell, is the best time to help other people. They get them out of hell. We can get out of hell together. We can get out of this pot together. Long story short, I wasn't able to produce the information. See, the definition of success is when preparation meets opportunity. My opportunity came. My level of belief and expectation was in the toilets. And then the opportunity came, and I could not seize the moment. That, my friend, would have been a very pivotal moment. But guess what? Rest assured, it's coming. And I'll let that be a surprise to you. Remember that story for those that's listening right now. Remember that story, because we about to have a heavy hitter coming on the show real soon. All right? But my point of the matter is you got to believe. You got to dream and see yourself in situations that can manifest better in your life. If you don't see, you don't believe it, and then it arrives, you haven't even prepared for it because you didn't believe it was going to happen. I didn't believe that they were going to respond to my email anyway. So I wasn't even looking to start doing no work. And by the time when they finally said, yeah, I was scrambling like eggs, man, trying to put stuff together and try to figure it out. I'm like, man, I can't do it. I can't waste this man's time because I'm not ready. Opportunity's here, but old Brandon's not ready. Be ready. Believe. The next thing I want to talk about is scoreboard checking. 5 minutes into the first quarter, and people are already looking at the scoreboard. What you looking at the scoreboard for? To keep putting layups up. Keep putting 2s and 3s up. Stop looking at the scoreboard. So what? So what other people think? Some people think it's about money. Let me tell you something. Money's very important. I'm not even, oh my goodness. We didn't want to talk about it. Money's very important. And me to sit up on this platform and say money isn't, let me tell you something. Money is. Money's very important. You can't, there's no message without the money, right? Whatever it is you're doing, you got to have money, how to have resources. You got to make things happen. That's part of that hustler's formula we're going to talk about in a few, that winning formula, a.k.a. the hustler's progression, right? There's millions of ways on how to make money in this country, legally, ethically, that you can make, but that's a part of it. You got to have money to make it happen. So a lot of people are struggling in their business and in their personal lives. 9 times out of 10 is surrounding, if it's not their health, 9 times out of 10 is surrounding money, finances. So many people's relationships end up in failure because of lack of money. Arguments, fights, family division because of money. Money is very vital to our lives. So we have to make sure that we're in a proper mindset for the money, right? That's why if you got a bad credit score, they don't extend credit to you, man, because you're irresponsible, you're irrational. Your mindset's not right. That's why they won't extend you. But if you got a good credit score, they won't extend money to you, right? So it's the same thing in the relationships you have. If you're unstable, you're not trustworthy, you're undependable, people have a tendency of not leveraging you correctly. You're not able to leverage things the way you need because you lack the security. You lack the stability of sorts, right? So that's the main thing about that is you got to maintain this, you got to be consistent. You don't got to keep looking at the scoreboard. Just keep putting up points on the board. Don't worry about what other people think, right? Don't think about that. You're gonna have haters, and if you don't have no new haters in 2018, you ain't doing nothing. That's what it is. You should have about 10 people on your roll call right now. 10 new haters on your roll call right now, right? I know some of y'all bitter and some of y'all mean. Don't be bitter. Don't be mean. Some people are sitting up there, you're getting upset, you're mad. People that say that they love you, got love for you, didn't even call you for Christmas. Didn't even wish you a happy new year. Didn't even much hit you up on Facebook. So what? They hating on you. See, it's a thin line between love and hate. See, some people, they love you so much, they start getting jealous, start hating on you. Woo! Don't worry about them haters, though. Let them be the few. I remember, what's the guy's name? T-Pain. I think he won an award in one of the rap shows or whatever, one of the shows. And what he said was, I appreciated haters. You the reason why I do it. You know what I'm saying? Keep your haters entertained, because if they ain't entertained, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. Let them hate on you. You keep on pushing and doing what you gotta do. There's people in situations right now, you're trying to start your little business. Oh man, that's a whole nother topic right there. People trying to start their little business, people trying to tear them down before they even start. Right? I'm gonna tell you, when you start a business, diversity is the key. Don't depend on any single person or entity to support your business. Do not, how do I say this in the most nicest way possible? 2018, don't depend on family and friends to support your business necessarily. Now, if you got some friends and family that's going to support your business, hallelujah, let's do it. But if you don't, it's okay. Keep on trucking, keep on pushing. Right? Because the same people that tell you can't do it, the same people that'll tell you what they think you're capable of doing, once you make it, it'll be the same ones holding their hands open. Can you help me? Can you do this for me? Can you do? Because you never know. So you got to be very careful. See, there's power in our words. You have to be very careful what you say to people, because you never know where you may find yourself 5 to 10 years from now or less. And I've been in situations where people have treated me horribly. You right? Treated me horribly. And the tables turned. And I was holding the shotgun then. But guess what? See, the true art is not when you're in a position to hurt someone that you hurt them because they hurt you. See, hurt people hurt people. Always have a heart of forgiveness. Now, easier said than done. It's easy to forgive somewhat, and then it is to forget. But, there's a controversy saying, well, if you really forgive somebody, then you should forget. It's hard for you to forget. That's just being honest. And some of us, we say that we rather try to forget about it than to forgive. And as soon as we get an opportunity to remember, hey, that forgiveness is out the door too. Come on now. I ain't preaching, but I'm being real. It's easy to say we forgive when we really don't. Only thing we do is try to put that memory, that infraction out of our mind. But soon as something else comes around and reminds us of it, guess what? Now we remember, and we still didn't get past it, right? And that's okay, right? It's just perfectly okay. And I mean, I gotta be honest with you, because I've been through so many different adversities, and I like to keep it real. And I mean, some people disagree, and that's okay. I mean, that's what this is for. This is me talking and giving like my point of view during my journey. This doesn't mean that everything that I'm saying is right or is written in stone, or this is the philosophy. I'm creating a cult and everyone has to listen to me. But this is just my personal account of my journey. There's people that I had to cut out of my life along the way. And I think that they were good people, but we just wasn't good together, for different reasons. There's people you got to cut out of your life. There's people that will not serve you well. There's people that may envy. Like there's somebody listening to this right now. Your situation is about to be crazy. Do you hear me? Your situation is about to get crazy. You about to explode right now. Your business, your personal life, your finances are about to increase right now. It's very short time. It's gonna happen, right? You gotta believe that. You may not see. You like, oh man, this man talking crazy. I just barely paid my rent today. I barely did this today. I barely did that. Oh man, they about to come get my car. What is this dude talking about? I'm telling you, you about to come through something so great you couldn't even believe it. But you got to believe it in order for you to have it. Most people say, I'll believe it when I see it. No, you'll see it when you believe it. Catch that one. Catch that. I believe it. That's that negative talking. I believe it when I see it. No, you will see it when you believe it. Right? It will manifest in your life when you believe that it is possible for you. How in the world can it be possible for everyone else but not you? What's so different between everybody else but you? What excuse we're gonna give? Well, they didn't have that education. There's a lot of things. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about tenacity, about persistency. It overruns color. It overruns sexism. It overruns all that. When you believe in what you believe, see, some people say, hey man, this is something that God gave me. This is something that I know. This is my passion. And I look at them, I say, well, I hear you. And then why you say you hear me? Because I'm like, you know what? I'm passionate about what I do. And let me tell you something. If you only could know what I had to go through to be where I'm at today, to be able to hold my head up high, to go past all the adversities, all the setbacks, all the people turning their backs on me, people telling me, don't do that. No one will listen to you. Don't write your book. No one will buy it. 24 hours, made bestsellers list. Let me tell you something, and I'm not saying that to impress you or to make you think something of me that I'm not, but I want to press upon you the importance of following your dreams. No matter what other people may say, no matter how many people may doubt you, you still got to go for your dreams. It's not about them. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for what you believe in, what's in your heart. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. If they're going to hate, let them hate. Let them talk about you behind your back. That's their business. You worry about what's your business. Getting your life together, transforming your life to where it needs to be so you can start dreaming again, so you can have the things that you see other people doing. See, that's why reality shows are so popular right now. Everybody want to see somebody else living their life. All these reality shows, you sitting there. And that's the maybe that's the time you start dreaming. You're like, man, I should be in that car. I should be living in that house. I should be having that type of jewelry. I should be happy. I should be able to travel. I should be able to do the things that I want to do. But since I can't do it, let me put myself and try to live out their life. Some people are so obsessed with other people that they even start dressing like these celebrities. Try to keep up with the style. They'll try to hang out, spend their whole check to go hang out to a place that these celebrities hanging out. So hopefully they might be able to meet them and take a picture. I knew somebody that didn't know nobody, but every 2 minutes I seen her, she was always taking a picture with some celebrity. You don't know these people. And no one cares you taking pictures with them. No one cares. Anybody running into somebody and take a picture with them, what does it mean? What are you getting from that? Are you forging a lifelong relationship where you guys can exchange ideas and work together? Or are you trying to impress other people that you took a picture with this celebrity? Come on, man. Free yourself. Stop worrying about what other people are going to think about you. Stop trying to keep up appearances. I'm so real about it because guess what? I used to hear that so much. Fake it till you make it. Man, the hell with that. I don't want to fake it till I make it. If I want something, I'm going to manifest. I'm going to create it. I don't got to fake it till I make it. I'm just going to create it. I'm just going to create it. Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But one thing I know, if I was given a vision, see, this is what people talk about. If you were given a vision, I promise you're going to get the provision one way or the other. Either you're going to manifest the provision yourself, or somebody in your circle going to come. If they meant to be in your circle, they're going to make sure that you have what you need. Somehow, things is going to fall that way, and you're not going to understand it. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think, not what someone told me, not what I read. I'm telling you what I know. If you got the vision, provisions will be given to you. If that's your passion, you go after it. I promise you the universe will conspire to make it happen for you, but you got to believe. See, somebody looking for a house right now ain't even left the house, have not left their apartment, even drive around yet. See, you don't really believe that you're capable of getting a house. Somebody said they want a new career change. You ain't even submitted you ain't even redone your resume. You haven't submitted nothing in, but somehow it's going to just fall in your lap. And it's not. And the first thing we yell out, it does not work. It works if you're willing to work. If you're willing to work. You have to believe. The art of the hustle, let me tell you something. The dream is free. You can dream all day. And there's a lot of people, they're not dreaming about the nightmares, but they're dreaming just a dream. They're not putting a plan together. And see, when you don't have a plan together, let me tell you something. When you don't have a plan together, your stuff can be unraveled so quickly. See, I deal with a lot of entrepreneurs and people, and sometimes you just got to stop talking and just listen. I hear so many people when they go through the struggle. I've heard the tears. I've had the early morning conversations. I've had the late night conversations. I have the early in the morning pain. I'm hurt. This person didn't do this. This person didn't show up for that. They didn't support me here. They didn't give me this. They said they were going to give it to me. I'm so hurt. And I think about it, and I say to myself, they didn't do it because they weren't supposed to do it. No matter what people say, let me tell you something. There's people that no matter what you do, they will never support you. But if you don't have a plan, if you do not have a plan, all it takes is one person to say something to you and you be so quick. See, people always want to say they're entrepreneur. And I'm not being offensive to anyone that's listening to this right now. Because I've walked the burning sands, man. You don't... How do I say this? Everyone wants to claim that they're an entrepreneur or business owner. And most of the time I'll be like, shut up. Shut up. You don't even know the slightest idea. Let me tell you something. People that have been in business, some people have been in business for 20, 30 plus years. And just now seeing success in what they do, but they believed in what they believed in so strongly. They were so passionate about it that they stayed in the game and grinded out. And you got some people that met with a little bit of adversity, just a minor setback, and they want to put everything that they've done aside to go another direction because someone else told them to. You're not an entrepreneur. You was BSing. You was talking about you were passionate. You're not passionate. You were just saying that. Right? Now somebody saying, oh, that's mean. You don't understand what I'm going through. Guess what? I've been through it. I believed in what I believed in so much until they put an eviction notice on my door. And I said, I know it's going to work out. I know it's going to work out. And guess what? That eviction notice still stood. And I had to get my stuff up out of there. That's one thing I never did. I never let them come and get me, put my stuff on the side of the street. Oh, no, you got to have better sense than that. Don't let them come put your stuff on the side of the street. Everybody know your business. You make them say, oh, man, we're moving to another, we're moving to a better neighborhood. I don't know why that sheriff put that thing on that door. I don't know what he's talking about. Trying to play it off, keeping up appearances. But I've been there. Real talk. I've been there. And I believed in what I believed in, and I had to struggle through it. I've lost a lot. Point in time in my life where it seemed like all hell broke loose. And, I didn't know where I was going, what I was going to do, but luckily I had some people that cared enough about me. Some people, family. And let me tell you something about family. Family, family has nothing to do with blood. If you blood related to somebody, that's a relative. Family is a state of relationship. I say again, family is a state of relationship. Just because people are related to you do not mean that they're your family. So I have a lot of family that are not related to me by blood, but they are my family 10 toes down. So make sure that when you're building this dream, you're building this life for yourself, that you have the right type of people around you, that you have family around you. Family, people that really strongly support you. I don't care who it is. If they don't support what you're doing, I don't care. You got to get away from them. And I mean, I'm such a stickler on that. There's no other way around it. I can't be around negative people. I don't care who it is. It could be my own mama. And anybody know me? Anybody know me? No, I love me some Liz. Oh, I love me some. I love my mama to death. My mama passed March 26, 2009. I love my mother. And, my mama taught me some very valuable lessons, but even her, I would never allow anyone to steal my dreams. I may get down. Let me tell you something. I'm not pumped up 24/7 like some people say. I know people are like, the motivational king. Don't believe me, just watch. Let me tell you something. Everyone gets down at some point in time. Life beats you up, but it does not matter what happens to you, but how you handle what happens to you is what matters. When you get down, having people around you just say, hey, man, come on, lift your head up. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. Hey, it's going to be all right. And then when they get down, you help to push them up. You give it to gas them up. Like, hey, man, I'm putting you in a quarter of a tank real quick. Here you go, man. I'm going to keep you pushing. Hey, here, isn't that bad? We can do it. We can do it together. You got to have that type of community. Not someone that's willing to just throw your stuff away because they don't understand. Let me tell you something. If you don't understand someone's dream, just shut up. It's not, don't destroy someone's dream just because you don't understand it. Stop being so selfish. Let me tell you something. Hate is a strong word, but people like that I despise. Because you're a dream stealer. Just because your weak self can't do it, you don't got the intestinal fortitude to do it. Don't tell no one else what they can't do. Just because you can't do it, you afraid to do it. You chicken poop. So you can tell somebody else what they can't do because you scared. Because that's the only way that you know how to do it. So you're going to tell me? Oh, I despise people. I don't like people like that at all. Because I've been fighting against people like that all my life. Ever since I decided I want to be different. How many people out there said, I want to be different? And when you said you wanted to be different, everyone looked at you like you were crazy. What do you mean? Especially for those first generation business owners. No one in your family ever wanted to be in business. No one in your family ever wrote a book, never done anything, never wanted to give seminars, classes, or anything. And you take your butt up there and talk about you want to do it? Man, who in the world he think he is? Who in the world she thinks she is? Who told her she could write a book? She ain't even finished college. What's wrong with her? She thinks she better than other people. Who she think you think you too good to do this, right? Let me tell you something. You can't put too much stock in nobody that ain't with you. Let me tell you something. Some people, if it was left to them, man, you'd be holding up a sign on the side of the road somewhere. It was up to them. You'll be, and I'm trying to be negative condescending anybody's job, right? But some people, they'll have you working at McDonald's somewhere. And let me tell you something. I'm just being honest, right? And I guess I'll share another story with you real quick because we're going to wrap it up. But nothing wrong with McDonald's, but McDonald's and fast food restaurants, those are like transitions, right? 9 out of 10, when you go to McDonald's, you go to these fast food restaurants, you usually see college students, high school students, right? Very few times you see like older people, right? And if you ever was, and just try this out, if you don't believe me, usually if you try some, older person's in there and you really have a one-on-one discussion with them, because I've done it because I asked, I just wanted to know. 9 out of 10, they made some bad decisions in their life, and that's why they had to go that route. Now, there's some people out there that's professional, that, they're upper management position. That's a whole different thing. I'm talking about people that just, 40, 50 years old and just decide to start working at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? That's not the typical thing you see. Usually there's a story behind that. And I'm not degrading anyone's job. I mean, people got to work and people got to take it. So it's not knocking it down. People got to do what they got to do. And I respect that. But usually there's something underlining factor with that. And I hope I don't offend anyone, but that's just my opinion. So the story is like this. So I was getting my car washed, and I seen this gentleman. He looked every bit of late 60s, early 70s. It's about 30, 40 something degrees outside, washing cars. And I'm looking at him because I'm the type of person, I love to talk to people and I want to know their story. Maybe I can give them a word. Maybe I can pump them up. Maybe I can help them. Never about judgment. Never. But I always want to know people's story because everyone has a story, right? Everyone has a story. And I want to know the story so I can share those stories, with other people to help them. I don't know who's listening to this. It could be someone 50, 60, 70 years old listening to this and it may transform their life. I don't know. But I was talking, so I'm seeing this guy and I asked him, I said, hey, that's kind of crazy. He like, what are you talking about? I was like, and I'm trying to say it because I don't want to offend him in any way. I was like, you don't seem like the type of person that would be doing this, And he said, oh, no, I'm retired right now, and this is what I want to do. And I don't know, maybe it was the look on my face. Sometimes people say that I got this expression on my face. And I didn't say anything after he said that because I just felt like, I know in my mind, I'm like, he's lying. Like, there's no way I would be 60, 70 years old wanting to wash cars and, in 30-something degrees weather. I'm 30-something years old myself, and, arthritis is real. And putting your hands in cold water is no joke. It was cool when you were young. It's not cool anymore. Arthritis is not no phantom pain. It's real. It's a real pain, guys. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. I thought my mom was playing with me when, don't put on a coat. Don't go outside. Just don't do that. Put your hand in cold water. Stop sitting on that concrete. Hey, whatever. I'm not old. You are. It's cool. But when you get older, those things are real. So I'm like, I could not see a person 60, 70 years old putting their hands in cold water to wash tires and wash a car. I just couldn't see that myself. And I just got quiet and I walked away. And so he pulled the car up and he threw the rag on the car and he said, I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, just me. He just felt like he wanted to talk to me. I don't know if he just sensed something in me. He threw the car in the rag and he said, well, man, to be honest with you, I didn't really make good decisions in life. I did some things that really got me incarcerated. I got a couple of felonies. Basically I got the mark of the beast ticket on me, and I wasn't really able to ever recover from that. And from there, the door was open, and I took the next 25 minutes pouring into him, and letting him know that there's different possibilities, and I like to give people my numbers. I'm like, because I'm not unreachable, I'm not untouchable, and if you feel like you want to change your life, let me help. Let me help. Let me be the catalyst of change for you, because maybe I might get in a position in my life where I can no longer move forward, and I need that change agent. I need that catalyst to come there and do that for me, and I want someone to be willing to give me that information, help give me that guidance. Now, understand this gentleman is much older than me, but age had nothing to do with it, because I have information that he missed. Age, sometimes we don't get the information just because we grow old. And now, understand that there's certain things that we learn along the way, but there are certain things that we don't get just because we get older. There are a bunch of old fools, right? There's people that they were young fools and they become old fools. And that's not meaning nothing negative to our elders, but they know it to be true. Some people just grow to be what they are, and we have to accept that. So some people don't get the information. They get conditioned to think and process information a certain way. And when you have information that can help change someone's life, it's not about, oh, I'm the man or I'm the woman and I'm trying to show off my capabilities and how good I am at reading people and this, that, and the third, because that's not a blessing. That's a curse. Like, you got to humble yourself and say, man, how can I be a servant? I want to serve this person. I want to help them. I want them to become the best version of them. When I wrote the book, best-selling book at that, I got to throw that out there. So please go buy that. Get that on Amazon. Becoming Who You Should Be Despite Who You Are. That was my whole thing, is how can I show them how to become the best version of them, Even though they may not see that today, how can I help them become the best version of themselves? I want to be the best version of me. I want to help people become the best version of themselves. And sometimes when you look at people, you can see them in a better light than they see themselves. I did not see that man washing cars, and I didn't even have a real full conversation with him. But after, that was just the initial thought in my mind. And after we talked, it reassured me. I don't see this man. He was very intelligent. He had a mind for business. He had a mind for business. He had some ideas, but he lacks the capital. He lacks capital. And I told him, I said, well, look, just because you lack the resources, right? When you lack the resource, and this is for everyone that's listening at the sound of my voice right now, when you lack the resources, you got to get resourceful. There are things that you can make happen in the absence of money. Stop thinking you have to rely on money. Sometimes energy and time. Time is your most valuable asset, not money, not people. Your most valuable asset is your time. That's the one thing you can't get back. You cannot buy more time back. You can get more money back. You can fire and replace someone, but you can't get more time. I don't care how much money you have, what position you hold in this world, what your title is. It does not matter. In this world, you cannot buy more time. Period. 24 hours in a day. That's it. That's the equalizer of them all. So if you're sitting here right now, you're trying to figure out how you're going to get your life together, how you're going to get things together in your life, understand that we all, rich, poor, doesn't matter where you at, what station in life you are at right now, this current moment, we all have 24 hours. We all have 24 hours. And that's what I told them. We all have 24 hours. No matter how old you are, you still got 24 hours. No matter how young I am now, maybe youth is on my side more than you. Maybe I got a little bit more candle to burn than you, but at the end of the day, it's 24 hours. What are you doing in your 24 hours that the person that you see, the life that you see them living, that you want to live, you want to have a life just like them, what are they doing in their 24 hours that you're not doing? What information they have? My mom used to always predicate this to me. There's two reasons when someone's kicking your butt. And she didn't say it as nice as that. She said, when you see someone kicking your butt, there's two things that's going on. One is that they got information that you don't have. That's one. Second reason why they're kicking your butt, making you mad, and you getting jealous and envious over there, getting, oh man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. The second reason, they're making decisions off the information they have that you're not making. See, when you sleeping, they're grinding, right? When you grinding, they vacationing. We don't do things the same. See, you got to figure out what is it that you need to know every night when you go to bed. Every day when you wake up, you need to ask yourself this question, day in and day out. What is it that I don't know, but if I did know, would change the course of my life? What is it? Go out. When you wake up, go out and set your mind to discover something new, because most of us only are one idea away from living the perfect life, the utopian life that we want to live. We're one idea away from it. Just one small idea, one change. One change in the course of action could transform your life. One change. What drastic thing can you do? Some people say, well, I'm going to go and quit my job. That might be drastic. Is that the smart thing to do? I don't know. Some people might say, you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to ask. Because let me tell you something. If you never ask the question, the answer is always no. You're thinking about starting that business. You say, well, I probably going to need a loan to start it. But you never even go to the bank and ask. See, look. If you do not go, see, there's a couple of ways you can do it. Look, if you don't go to the bank and ask the question, the answer is always no. Well, I don't want to bring down my credit score. But guess what? Go to Credit Karma, print your own credit score, and say, hey, look, this is my credit score right here. What y'all think? They can tell you, well, it look like you probably can get a loan. I don't know how much, but you can most likely get approved. But if you never ask the question, the answer is always no. You're never going to start the business. Someday is not a day on the calendar. Somebody please show me a someday on a calendar. Someday I'm going to get to it. Someday I'm going to save enough money. You're never going to have enough money. So just go and do it. You're never going to have enough money. It's never going to be enough time So just go ahead and do it. There's never going to be enough time. You're never going to have enough money. So just go ahead and do it right now. We are stuck in the now. We're not stuck in the past. You can't go to the future. You're right here, right now. Why wait tomorrow, 2 weeks from now, to make the decision to change your life? Change your life right now. Make the decision. You know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start living the life that I want to live. I want to start traveling. I want to live life on my own terms. I love when old people say that. I love it. It just powers me up. When I hear somebody say, I want to live life on my own terms, guess what? I want to live life, and I will live life on my own terms. I'm not going to let somebody take to me and tell me how I'm going to live my life. I want to live life on my own terms, and nobody's going to tell me any different. I'm going to live life on my own terms. Do you want to live life on your own terms? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to start believing in your dreams. I hope that this talk tonight was of help to you to keep you going for the rest of the week. We're going to have some other shows here coming on board in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be having our business segment where we're going to be diving deep in business strategies on how to build your business. Right now, this is the mindset development. This is the part where we try to inspire. This week might have been long for you. Your first week back from job, weather's been crazy. Things are going on. You may have been facing some situations. You got people on you. So this is the motivation to say, Monday, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock. So I hope that this inspired you. I hope it really served you, and I hope it has you thinking. At the end of the day, I don't expect for everyone to listen to this to just take it from you. Might have to listen to this 2 or 3 times to really get all the points, or you may have gotten all the points. At the end of the day, it's not about all the talking points of what I talked about tonight. It's about getting you to start thinking, getting you to the point where you're now thinking, and then you begin to start dreaming and believing that you can have the life that you want, that it's possible for you to have everything that you want and dreamed of, that nothing is in your way. The only thing that's in your way is you. The only thing that's stopping you is you. You make the decision from this point if you are willing to hustle, right? Are you willing to hustle? Because see, the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. Are you willing to hustle? Are you willing to work? Are you dreaming for something you're not willing to work for? See, that's being a charlatan. That's when you're being a fake, an imposter. But if you believe in something you want to work for, go for it. This is your time. This is your season, 2018. This is your time, first quarter. Let's start it off strong. I don't got no program. I don't got nothing to sell you. Only thing I got to sell you on is hope and inspiration. And truly, you will excel to new heights in your life. I'm here to tell you that don't let no one stop you. Don't let no one tell you that you can't do it. You got to do it because they told you couldn't. You got to do it for yourself, not for them. You got to believe in yourself when no one else believes you. You got to keep on pushing when it seems like there's no more to push. I know you may have given it your best, but you may not have given it your all. I need you to dig deep in yourself and say, I'm willing to give it one more try. I'm willing to give it my all. I'm willing to dedicate myself to this. I'm willing to start this new journey. I have another chance because there were some people that thought they were going to be here in 2018 that are not here. So you got an opportunity to make a change. You have an opportunity to get it right. This is your time. This is your season. Hey, guys, I love you. This is Brandon L. Draper, better known as the Motivational King. Don't believe me? Just keep on watching. Until the next episode, I will see you bright and early come Monday morning for our segment. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the Start Thinking Forward show and supporting our message of hope and inspiration. We hope this message has truly served and impacted your life in a positive way. In a world full of distractions, disappointments, and a multitude of pains, we must reflect on the fact of what we have, then on the notion of what we don't. So my challenge to you is simple. You may be having that age-old question pondering in your head at this current moment. How can I help? Well, here's your opportunity to make a difference in this world one person at a time by joining forces with the Motivational King. When you share this unique message throughout various social media platforms, you could be potentially saving a life, encouraging a business owner to give it another push, or simply allowing a child to believe they can achieve anything with the correct mindset and the desire to win. Friends, family, and associates all need to hear this message of hope. So be a flare and share because you truly care. Don't be antisocial. Follow us on Facebook at The Real Motivational King or visit our website at www.brandonldraper.com. Thank you.